Settle in, friends, lots to get into today. What's going on, people? Welcome in, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're all doing well. I really do hope that. Namaste, welcome on in, and welcome to the Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, of course, where I react to headlines and pieces of news, giving you my opinion, but of course, more importantly, asking for yours. Now, I'm not citing articles today in this video. Instead, I'm referencing sources and talking about certain subjects. I'm going to be talking about footy headlines leaked for Chelsea's third kit. Ooh, controversial yet again, Nike. I'll reference Matt Law's tweet in relation to Tammy Abraham being offered to Dortmund in a make-weight deal for Erling Haaland and how that could work. And it's been tweeted by a BBC and Times journalist that Bayern Munich are considering making a bid for Callum Hudson-Odoi again. Settle in, subscribe if you're new, drop a like if you want to be nice. Take a few minutes to go check out Football Yannick by clicking the link in the description. I know I'm hammering it home to you, man, but I'm doing daily content on there and you might dig it, so just click that link and go check it out. Alright, let's get into it and start with the footy headlines kit leak. Now then, when it comes to football kits being leaked, look no further than footy headlines. They seem to always get it right. Even when the kits look radical and you go, oh god, there's no way that's right, Chelsea wouldn't release a kit like that. They do, and footy headlines are right, and Chelsea are releasing weird kits. So they never miss. And seemingly they've got another interesting leak from a Pro Evolution Soccer designer, I think. It's a design for the players in the third kit. Well, without talking anymore, let's just show you it. Here's N'Golo Kante standing in the kit. I don't know how to feel about it, right? It's this sort of bluey ish colour, and I don't know, we've seen worse and more radical patterns, and maybe it's interesting having something a little bit different as a third kit. Of course, this is on a digital avatar or digital design for the game. There's also another couple of pictures I'll show you now of the shirt. I'll just overlay them over my face while I'm talking. Now, at first I was like, ugh, meh, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's nice, and then I was like, oh, I don't think I do like it. And then I posted it on Twitter and someone correctly suggested that it does look a lot like this Arsenal shirt. Suddenly it's become less appealing. It's all very well when you think maybe the design works, and then when you see it's kind of too close to a London Rivals shirt that's already been released, it makes you think, no, this probably isn't for me. Anyway, I wanted to show it to you guys here on Football Therapy because it almost certainly will be the third kit. Like I say, footy headlines always get it right. So yeah, what do you think about it? Can you remove yourself from the Arsenal side of it and just think, you know what, it's a bit different, I like it? Or do you just don't like it? Or do you think it's ridiculous how it is so close to the Arsenal kit? Let me know, comment down below. I'll be interested to read all your guys' opinions on this third kit that almost certainly will come to pass. So yeah, comment down below, let me know your feelings. Let's move on and talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi quickly. Cool, so I'll leave Haaland and Tammy Abraham at the end because I think that's probably the most interesting and what I want to spend the most time talking about. But Callum Hudson-Odoi, this tweet came up on my TL and it's come from a BBC Times journalist that also works in Germany. Konstantin Eckner had this to say: "The Sancho saga goes on, but how about another one? Bayern Munich actually consider bidding for Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi once again." Doesn't surprise me, especially when Bayern Munich are huge fans of Callum Hudson-Odoi and seeing the fact how he's not really playing at Chelsea Football Club under Thomas Tuchel. I've heard things that they're not overly happy with Leroy Sané, and then absolutely they fell in love with Callum Hudson-Odoi, the Bayern scout, and they might see an opportunity to sign the youngster, seeing as he's not playing that much for Chelsea Football Club. Now, this journalist goes on in his thread underneath, replying to comments, saying this isn't theorising, this is a fact. Now, I've never heard of this journalist before, but he works for the BBC, the Times and stuff, and he's come out with, with his chest like that, and he's saying, Bayern Munich are thinking about doing it. But it's not a surprise really, is it? Because they went in so hard for him before, prior to him signing his new deal at Chelsea. And they really wanted him, so you feel like they would go in for him again. They want that sort of Sancho type winger, do you know what I mean? And they see in Callum Hudson-Odoi, they've liked him for such a long time. And this is an interesting one, because I really like Callum Hudson-Odoi. Maybe there's suggestions that he hasn't got the best sort of demeanour in training maybe, or he's, his head's been all around certain places with his brother being his advisor. You know, I can't confirm whether any of it is true because I don't know anything when it comes to inside knowledge. I just hear things. Anyway, Callum Hudson-Odoi is an amazing, talented player, right? I love him. He's a good lad. He's been at Chelsea forever and he's super talented. He's a baller. I'd love it for him to work at Chelsea. And by all accounts, I think Thomas Tuchel does quite like him. He saw positive attributes in his game style that made him a wing-back originally. And then, you know, he says, right, well, you're probably a front-three player and not a wing-back. But I think he still recognises his qualities and would probably be very, very happy to continue coaching him and trying to get those qualities out of him. But saying that, if Bayern Munich come in with a mega bid and Chelsea as a club go to Thomas, we've got this really, really appealing bid for this academy player, you know, and Chelsea love selling academy players because it's free money for them. You know, they'll rub their hands together with the Tomori money, as much as that hurts some Chelsea fans. If Bayern Munich come in with a £50 million bid for Callum Hudson-Odoi, Chelsea as a club, as a business, as an institution will think, ooh, and then, you know, go to Thomas like, if you want to buy your own players, you know, we can put an extra so-and-so amount to you to try and win the Premier League by selling Callum Hudson-Odoi. Who knows? It might be considered by the club and Tuchel, and then Callum Hudson-Odoi himself, who of course was allured by Bayern Munich and put in a transfer request reportedly to Marina Granovskaya. Whether it went down like the story, like he put it on her desk, I doubt that happened. But a transfer request was given to Hudson-Odoi to Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi might want to go to Bayern Munich and say, you know what, you know, Frank Lampard came in and I signed the new contract. Not that he would have wanted him to stay the way things were going, but, you know, Frank goes, the new gaffer comes in, doesn't really play him. Callum Hudson-Odoi might look at all this and think, you know what, it's time for me to reignite my interest in Bayern Munich. So the club, the manager and the player might all agree on the sale, but would we Chelsea fans agree? A lot of us would say no, because he's such a talented boy. I remember watching him score his first goal at Stamford Bridge. Brilliant moment, loved it. But then again, no matter how romantic and sentimental I can be with football, you know, trust the gaffer, Chelsea is about winning, etc. I mean, for me, you know, Mason Mount is like one of the untouchables. Callum Hudson-Odoi is very close to Mason Mount, but whether he is as untouchable as Mason Mount, I don't know. But what do you guys think? Would you consider selling Callum Hudson-Odoi to Bayern Munich if he wants to go? If he says, like, I want to go, guys, because I'm not starting every game, how do you feel about him being sold to Bayern Munich? Comment down below, I'll be interested in hearing those opinions as well, the collective Chelsea fan opinion on that matter. Right, let's move on and talk about Tammy Abraham and Erling Haaland. Right there, Matt Law tweeted this out this morning, going on to talk about the Erling Haaland deal, saying Chelsea are interested in offering Tammy Abraham to Dortmund for the deal. Now, so it's not the first time I've heard this or speculated idea that both Tammy Abraham and Callum Hudson-Odoi could be considered, but I think if Callum Hudson-Odoi was to go to the Bundesliga, it would be to the aforementioned behemoth Bayern Munich and probably not Dortmund. But Tammy Abraham, let's speculate on this a little bit. Personally, right, I am like many of you, I want Tammy Abraham to work out at Chelsea because he's such a good lad. He scored some goals for us. And yes, he hasn't been good enough to lead the line for Chelsea. I'm not going to pretend he has been. He hasn't been in many ways. But I don't feel right just easily admitting defeat that he'll never be good enough as a 22-year-old who has so many career goals, who's got such a good attitude. And being left out, he's been so positive with the team. He's such a good boy, do you know what I mean? And I watched that like Beats by Dre short with him, Hudson-Odoi, and then Reece James talking about how they went up for the academy, and I just so want it to work for Tammy at Chelsea. But odds are, it probably won't. So, what's Tammy Abraham going to do? Go to West Ham, Aston Villa, or Leicester? All good moves, by the way. And to watch him succeed in the Premier League, it would be, you want the best for him. But I thought about Dortmund for a little bit, right? And I thought, you know what, that would actually be a cool move. If he has to go, if he has to be sold, if Chelsea are just going to sell him, Thomas Tuchel's just won the Champions League for Chelsea. He's like, I can't do anything with Tammy. Sadly, he's just not for me. He's not for me. So if he's got to go, Dortmund could be cool. And to be honest, man, the way Tammy scored goals, loads in the Championship, a decent amount in the Premier League, I think he could actually score a lot of goals for Dortmund. And to be honest, I think Dortmund would quite like a Tammy Abraham because they like these English players like Bayern. They might look at him and be like, you know what, he's only 22, he's used to scoring goals, he can score at the highest level, And, you know, he might suit us because Haaland will go if he comes in this deal. And I think it could be another like bit of smart business for them. Tammy could score loads of goals there. In his perspective, get back in the England squad the way Jadon Sancho did. You know, if he scores like 18 to 24 Bundesliga goals, that will, even if, you know, you're not going to start, that will probably get you back into the squad at least, I think. Especially after proving, you know, you can score in English football. So what does that mean? If Dortmund agree to this, there could be a make-weight deal. It does, all the news coming out these last few days about Haaland is, it would take a sensational fee, but Chelsea are confident of finding like this workaround. And I thought, what's this workaround? Like, what, just asking them to charge 70 million less? How is that a workaround? Maybe this is it. Maybe it's they just go, oh, we're going to do a part exchange with a player. So, you know, what do they say? They say maybe like Tammy, all right, we'll value Tammy at £40 million. You know, he's this proven striker. He's only 22. You'll sign like a 5-year deal with you. You know, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You've immediately got your striker replacement for Haaland. Granted, he's probably not going to score as many goals, but he's very good and he'll get better. So you've got your replacement for Haaland, and you've got 100 million on top. Do you know what I mean? So you can go and buy 3 more players and probably try and challenge for maybe the Bundesliga, or, you know, just do another like run in the Champions League. It could really suit Dortmund. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that could work as well? In fact, just comment on everything: the kit, Hudson-Odoi, and this Tammy Abraham theoretical part exchange to Dortmund. Do you think they're feasible? The transfers and could work, and what do you think of the kit? Comment down below, drop a like if you've enjoyed the content, subscribe, do check out Football Yannick by clicking the link in the description. Alright, I'm out, friends, enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double, silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, bitch.